Back on HQ in Tampa today with the Bucs as our training camp tour continues. Post-Tom Brady era with either Baker Mayfield or Kyle Trask. Our Pete Prisco and Rick Spielman spoke with one of their top pass catchers, Chris Godwin.
Chris, last year you put up some good numbers, but you said, I read where you said you weren't quite yourself last year coming off the ACL. Where are you right now?
I mean, it's tough to exactly put a number on it, but, I feel a lot better than I did this time last year and really most of the season last year. It's tough because when you get back, the first thing you're trying to really do is get from A to B as efficiently as possible. But it's been really cool to be able to work on my game and to actually be able to craft my routes and really work on the art of running routes.
Talk about the new offense. You've been in a different system, and how hard is it, or is it hard to adjust to this new offense? It looks like there's a lot of quick hitting throws, a lot of play action, a lot more than what you guys have shown in the past.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely it's a bit different, just because it's new terminology. So that's the toughest thing to pick up. But I think the offense itself is, it's very friendly for the offensive players. I think once we just get the terminology down, understand where Coach Canales really is trying to hit the plays, then I think that it'll all really start to come together. And I mean, honestly, that's what training camp is about. We come out here to rep it out, and you do the same plays over and over again, but it's so that it's second nature, and so whatever coverages you get or whatever the defense throws at you, you're ready for it.
The quarterback competition, it seems like it's gotten a little tight. Trask has had a couple of good weeks. We were here in June. We thought Baker had won the job, but that's not the case. Doesn't look like. What is your perception of the quarterback competition?
Yeah, I mean, I feel that's pretty accurate. I think the good thing is that the coaching staff, they were allowing this to be a true competition. So, regardless of who looked better at one point in the spring or early in camp, it's a long training camp, right? It's a long process. And I think you're really starting to see the best of both of them. There's going to be ups, there's going to be downs. That's just part of the process. But I think it's going to be it's a really healthy competition, and we're starting to see some really good ball from both of them.
Post-Tom Brady era, and he just talked about the new quarterbacks. What are the expectations on this football team going into this season?
Well, I think we really just determine our own expectations, right? I think if you're going into any year, regardless of what your team looks like, and you're just concerned about what everyone on the outside thinks, I think you're looking at it the wrong way. So I think for us, we expect to come in and to work every day, right? We're trying to get better, and our expectation is to go out there and win a lot of games. So that's what we're really working towards. And I mean, we control our own destiny. So it's if we go out there, we put the work in, we'll put ourselves in a good position to be competitive in a lot of these games. And if the games were just played on paper, then it's we wouldn't even line it up, right? Yeah. So it's we gotta put the work in, and then we gotta go out and prove it on the field.
One last thing, you're in year 7. Some of those guys are so young, they probably used you on Madden Football at some point. Anybody tell you that?
Yeah, actually, a couple guys have told me that, and that's a bit strange to me, because I don't know. I think in my head, I'm still within my first 3 years in the league, man, and it's strange seeing some guys coming in and saying that to me, because I was that guy coming in. When I got here, it was Mike and D-Jack and a bunch of those guys. I'm man, I play with y'all on Madden, and now I'm one of those guys, and it's also weird too, because a lot of our rookies, they're born in the year 2000, and I'm man, that's extremely strange. We're talking about, I don't know, I think Ja Rule came up in the meeting room one day, and they're who's that? I'm what do you mean, who's Ja Rule? So it's funny seeing how young some of the guys are, but they bring new energy, man. I love this time of year because a lot of guys get the opportunity to to see their dreams kind of come true, and that we're all blessed to be in this position. So, and I'm just fortunate, man. I'm really grateful to be here, grateful to be healthy, and just grateful to get to play ball.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Ja Rule reference.
Didn't he have a song with J-Lo?
I believe he did. I have to check Apple Music on that. Chris
You
Godwin.
could ask Chris Godwin. I bet he'd know.
Oh, he would know.